have the salty, the sweet, and the heat. Oh, sooky now. This is so good. Today, we are getting ready to make something that is called crackling cornbread. This particular day and recipe that I'm getting ready to make is a tribute to and for a friend of mine. The other day, I was in a live stream. I was in the live stream of Ray Mac Kitchen and Grill. And he talked about he wished that he had learned how to make and had the recipe from his mother, who has now transitioned, for crackling cornbread. And when I heard that, I thought to myself, I've been making crackling cornbread for as long as I can remember. So I thought I would just make this recipe. And it's probably not his mom's recipe. It may not even be close, but I am in hopes that he will take this recipe, make it, tweak it until it becomes what he remembers. But it'll at least give him the basis of crackling cornbread. And that's my intention. I'm gonna tell you one more little thing before we get started. I didn't even have 10,000 subscribers. And Ray Mac Kitchen and Grill was the first person I ever did a collab with. And he shouted me out in that collab, and his people came over to my channel in droves, and I still have plenty of them to this day. Had it not been for his generosity and kindness to do so, I probably wouldn't be here for you all today. So for that, Ray Mac Kitchen and Grill, I am forever grateful. Thank you so much. And this one's for you. Okay, first things first, you need cracklins. These are cracklins. Sure, you can make them yourself, but that will probably take a longer time, way longer time. But these are cracklins. This is not skins, and it's not pork rinds. I'm going to show you the difference. Right now. Okay. These over here are pork skins, pork rinds. Pork skins and pork rinds are the same thing. This, on this side, these here, these darker ones, are crackling. The difference is crackling. Let me see if I can find a real good one. Okay, here's a good one. Crackling still has a layer of fat that is connected and is on to it. This is what makes a crackling and not a skin. Skins and pork rinds will not work in this recipe. You need a crackling. When you look at a pork skin or pork rind, you don't see that layer of fat. It's been completely removed. Okay, that's why these are normally super extra light and crispy. If you held these in your hand like I'm doing, although they're both small, this one is a little bit heavier. This is a crackling and this is a skin. The skins will not do anything but get wet and soggy if you make that. You need that extra layer of fat in there to hold up in your cornbread. So first off, get yourself some crackling, okay? Because skins won't work. So you're going to need about a cup, but they need to be crushed. You can do this in a food processor, even a blender. I am just going to use my mortar and pestle. They don't need to be fine. You don't want them super fine. You want that texture, but you do want to crush them up. Okay, so this is what we have, and as I went along, I took some out because you'll need to have it divided. And as you can see, it's not super fine, but they're crushed up. And you can crush these up to your heart's desire. If you want them super fine, make them super fine. If you're used to or want it chunkier, make it chunkier. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside for a minute. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna take half of this butter, put it in the skillet, let it heat up as the stove is preheating, and I'm going to melt this half of the butter, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to actually make the cornbread. And technically, you can make your cornbread however you want to make your cornbread. It's the crackling part that makes a difference. Now, today I am actually using self-rising cornbread mix, or cornmeal mix, I should say. Self-rising cornmeal mix. I would much rather and prefer to just use plain cornmeal, yellow cornmeal, and put my own baking powder, baking soda, and salt, and things like that in it. However, regular, just plain cornmeal, even in the international aisle, is extremely hard to find here. I can only find it in one store, and if they don't have it, you're out. So we have the cornmeal mix. To that, I am going to add, this is buttermilk powder, and I will have all the ingredients listed in the description of the video. And that's just a couple of tablespoons. And I'm gonna give that a stir right quick. I am also adding in some sugar. You can leave the sugar out. That's controversial when it comes to some people like it sweet, some people don't. But with the Cracklin, because they are so salty, you want to balance that out. So therefore, I went ahead and put that in. Now you need to have a lightly beaten egg, and I've already beaten it some, and some people may say, what is the difference between a lightly beaten egg and a beaten egg? Well, when it's lightly beaten, you can still see the white and the yolk separate, okay? When it's well beaten, it combines into one, and the yolk should actually take over, and that's what you should have most of. So from here, we're going to need our half of stick of butter here, and we're going to go ahead and put in our crackling at this point. I like to kind of stir as I go. So now we're going to go ahead and put in our wet ingredients, our egg, butter, milk. Go ahead and combine that really, really well. Once you get this combined, you want to let it sit for at least 5 minutes. That will ensure that you get a maximum crown on your cornbread. Don't over mix it. You want to just mix it until everything is incorporated. So we're going to stop right here, and we're just going to let this sit and relax so that it can rise properly, and we'll be back. Okay, we have our melted butter. And once it's melted, you want to take your skillet, and be careful when you do this. And you can take a brush and brush it too, but I just kind of take it and rotate that butter around so it can get on the sides. You want it to get on the sides. Be careful not to spill it, and be careful because it's hot. It just came out the oven. But that's going to help get you those crispy edges. Okay, so now we just want to go ahead and give your cornbread mixture another stir from it being from letting it sit. Just one or two good stirs. Okay, then go ahead and pour it in to your mixture. Pour it into your pan, not your mixture. Now, some people do take that extra butter and they pour it into their cornbread and they mix it. I just kind of put mine on in and then let her go. Kind of mix that in if you want to a little bit. It's going to just give you those crispy edges all around. And on top, let it kind of float on top a little bit. That's why I don't like to pour it in there. Smooth it out on the top. Okay. Now we're going to take the rest of our crackling and sprinkle it on top. It's a pretty big piece. And we are going to bake this for probably about 20 minutes or until it's golden brown. Everyone's oven is different. I always like to say that. And you guys, do me a favor. After you guys watch this video or sometime or another, go over to Ray Mac Kitchen and Grill's channel. I'm going to leave his link down in the description of this video. Do me a favor. Tell him that Chef Pam or Cooking at Pam's Place or just Pam, whatever you want to say, just let him know I sent you. And do me a favor. Blow his channel up. Let's blow his channel up for him, okay? We're going to bake this and we'll be back. Okay, we are out of the oven and it is looking amazing. Oh my goodness. Ray, if you're watching this, I hope it tastes very close to your mom's. I really do. But if not, brother, you can cook. Come on now, just tweak it. And y'all, go over there, like I said before, and blow his channel up. I know you all gonna find something y'all like over there because look, he is an amazing cook, all right? And if you happen to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, or nearby, he also has a food truck. Go check him out and buy something for real, okay? Go taste his food, yes. Okay, so now, even though we have the crackling in there, even though I put the little sugar there, you know we gotta put a little honey butter on top. That's just butter and honey mixed together. You can put as much or as little honey and butter together as you like. All right. So you wanna give this a good mix. Make sure it's well combined before you put it on there. And as you saw, I poked holes with the toothpick all through it. That's so that this can run down in the middle. Run down in the middle. Now, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna take this over and I'm gonna heat it up for just about 30 seconds because I want it to be good, well combined and mixed. Okay, so we can combine that really well, melted it all together. Now we're just gonna brush this on here gently. I like to kind of tap it so that I can make sure I hit those holes and it sinks down in there. Oh my goodness. Ooh, if we only had smell-o-vision. This smells amazing. Ooh. And then the last, we're just gonna pour it on top. Oh my goodness, delicious, delicious, delicious. Ooh, look at that, look at that. Oh my goodness. Doesn't it look delicious? It is time for us to do our taste test. And if you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today here in my kitchen. I really do appreciate each and every one of you all. Take a second and subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell so you won't miss anything. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Channel members, oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for your loyal, faithful support. And if you are not a channel member, check out my pirate. Check out my private pantry, Pam's Private Pantry, and come on over and join the fun. And Ray Mac Kitchen and Grill, check him out. And thank you so much, Ray, for your kindness and your generosity. All right, let's do our taste test. Woo! And yes, I have a little bit more butter here. Now, for all my pork patrolmen, my fat controlmen, people gonna tell me in the comments before y'all come after me, tell me, well, that's way too much butter, that's way too much fat, the cracklins aren't healthy, that's more butter than you need. Guess what? You're right. And guess what else? It's my cornbread. I got one life. I have no intention whatsoever to take any shortcuts. To each his own. You do you, boo. In the meantime, I shall enjoy it. Yes. Woo. Yes, yes, yes. If you don't want all that, you don't have to have all that. Look at that, guys. Look at it. Look at the steam coming out. Oh my goodness. Ooh, and I need a fork. Yeah, I need a fork. Let's just taste, give it a taste. Oh my goodness. And I haven't had it in a while. You know what? I'm gonna do it a little different. Let me move this over. I'm gonna do it a little different. I'm gonna crack this over since I am eating with a fork. And I'm just gonna drizzle a little of my butter on here. Yes. Delicious. Oh my goodness. Hold up. You got the sweet, you got the salty. The only thing you don't have is the heat. Now, a lot of people put jalapenos in it, or they'll make a jalapeno butter for it. I didn't do that. I will probably make myself some jalapeno butter a little later. My husband doesn't like heat at all, none. So I couldn't put it in here, but that is something that you might want to do, because then you have the salty, the sweet, and the heat. Oh, sooky now. This is so good. Yes, it is, Ray. I had not thought to make this, so I'm glad you mentioned it, and I'm glad I had an opportunity to make it for all of you all. And I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Bye-bye.